Say hello to Toni.
Woo! Cool. Hello.
5 books.
Yeah, they're so fun. Chris. Well, he's got it in the cash box. Okay, we're going to reconvene for our second half. I was really glad that Naomi read a political poem, and I've just been, I don't even know what to say. I'm at the space and time in the whole campaign that I have very few words about it. But however, I wrote this some time ago when, I guess it was a few months ago, when I really have no idea which way the election was going to go. At least that's how I was feeling at that time. Well, it could go either way. Who knows? I think things have changed slightly, but still, who knows? But I did write this at the time because I was so amazed. And I've had sort of a political conscience my whole life, and I'm really intrigued with what draws people to a particular candidate. You know, what's the draw? How does one get engaged, and what does it mean? And so, as a poet, I needed to write about it, and as a person who's kind of cynical, I had to write about it in that tone. So, this is called The Campaign for Donald. Tripping over his ego to speak the imperfect words of an inflated opinion, a belief that his flawed speeches are phrases dipped in gold. His prisoners come willingly to inhale his brutality, camouflaged as brilliance on Fox News. He can hypnotize their minds into thinking there is no one like him in the world. No one greater at business, no one more clever at outsmarting the tax man, no one more generous at employing hard workers than forgetting their pay. No, there is no one left to fill them with this false hope for a better tomorrow, a brighter future, and a plan to rule the world. Still, even when they fear the outcome, he holds them by the tail, knows they won't wake up anytime soon, and when they do, his artifice will evolve into the divine comedy of errors. And all that will be heard is the sorrowful voice of Connie Francis singing, "Who's sorry now?" You know, we all have opinions. I just happen to be in front of the microphone with mine. So our next open mic reader, Rainy Knight. Come on up, Rainy.
Speaking of opinions, I have a few. This is from, oh, by the way, last Tuesday of the month, Barnes & Noble, 7 p.m., be there, be square. I'm a co whatever it is there, okay? I have a blog, and it's raintreepoet.blogspot.com, and probably nobody's ever heard of it, but I am going to burden you with my recent post, because I am very passionate about not having Donald elected. So if you love Donald, I'm sorry. Okay? And this is more about Hillary than Donald. And the title of it is, what is the title? I've lost the title. Oh, the title of it is Commander-in-Chief. In 2005, Commander-in-Chief, the television series starring Gina Davis as Mackenzie Allen as the first woman president of the United States, may have been short-lived because our citizenry wasn't ready for a woman in the presidency. 11 years later, it could well become a reality. If you are curious about how a woman president could or would lead, you can catch the series on Hulu Plus. I remember it well and was disappointed when it was canceled. I am rewatching it now in anticipation of Hillary Clinton being our first female president. Dictator Trump has done a fine job of smearing her, but when people are willing to research both contenders, the choice becomes clear. Hillary is not as crooked as he is. She is a woman playing a man's game, and the better she does it, the more it galls certain gender-biased men, especially the Donald. Hillary has been in public service for her entire career. She truly cares. This is the woman who wrote It Takes a Village, advocating for children. She is a mother and a grandmother, besides being a former Secretary of State, Senator, First Lady in the White House, and in Little Rock, Arkansas. Service, service, service. What has Donald Trump done to help others? It is in the news recently that he has used charities as his bank and withdrew funds to pay for anything his little heart desires. Things like paying off fines for his businesses and portraits of himself. I cannot fathom why any people who are struggling financially believe that this 1%er would help them in any way, but they do. So this is not directed at those poor souls. However, I do warn you, if he gets into office and royally screws you, he will defend himself by telling you it's just business. This I am directing at anyone with the critical thinking skills to weigh both sides. I know Hillary could benefit from charm school, but it is a little late for that. I believe she will do what's best for the most people, and that is what democracy is all about. Her heart is in the right place. I realize that you are probably disgusted with business as usual in our nation's capital. You may think, those libertarians sound pretty good. Well, I think they sound pretty good too. However, the fact of the matter is, if you throw your vote away on a third party, you may be electing a dictator to office. Please think this through. Vote wisely. If you recall, Hitler made great promises to save the German people. They believed him, and look how that turned out. This is a quick essay. I could go into more detail on both sides. However, I would like you to go research it on your own so you can believe what you read, or at least half of it. Newspapers, magazines, and television have to vet their information. Remember, the internet is still the wild, wild west. So if that is how you decide to vote, it's a fool's game. That's all for now. All responses are welcome. Raintree Poet, ruminating.
Well, that was 2 in a row, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, let's slam them good.
So Morgan, why don't you come on down? Morgan Hutchinson.
I'm not going to talk about Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton tonight, but I know. That was actually 3 in a row. I think 2, 3. Yep. So that's, I think, good for now. I have a poem to share with you guys that I wrote last week, and it is called Servings. Serve-ings. Serve me. Serve you. I'll serve too. I'll serve smooth, I'll serve moons, serve, swerve, sweating, soaked, serve ings, into you, I'll style something fantastic, serving sea arrivals, skin crawl, striped silk, strapped to the sheets, piling dreams, nice pillow, softening swerves, sink motion, water soaked, slink fresh water, servings. Open your mouth now, taste the thanks, as I am nearer you than myself. Welcome home to motion. Serving warm sheets and hard water and towels. Use the locomotive energy, fantastic. Light one up and listen. Open your mouth now, lick the length, as I am savoring the upper story and throwbacks, back at you. Servings, serve me, serve two, serve you. I can serve you several times over. I can serve all of you. The length of the tree, roots and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Mr. Caton, come on up, Ian.
Yes, you play guitar? Woo! Yes! I didn't know.
He's a man of mystery.
I'm going to start off with a political poem.
All right.
This is, how do I do this?
Good job,
Raise tiny, lift.
How many poets does it take to fix the microphone?
You look beautiful, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Don't mess with our election cycle.
All right. This is a poem called Donald and the Dead.
Yes!
It's written by a British poet from Hungary named George Zertz. He lives in London but emigrated when he was 5 years old back in the 1950s when they had the revolution going on in Hungary. And so he writes here, Donald, they cry, the dead are turning to Donald. Bring us back to death. Bring back death, Donald. The dead rise for Donald. They surge and bicker. They demand Donald. They demand his blithe tongue. The dead have found their voice. Bring us our voice, Donald, they cry. Turn our fury to words and eyes. We weep, our furies dance, our fists on the bright skulls of our enemies. Let them weep and dance. Fury is eloquent. Fury is dancing fits. Fury is the language under language. Donald will speak for us against those who robbed us of our voices and bound us with silence. So what if he rages and commits us to death? So what if he breaks bands and skulls with words? Let us be Caliban at last. Let Donald rape Miranda. Let us take control of death. Donald, they cry, we dead require your blessing, but even more we demand your curses. The dead rise for Donald, and Donald too rises. He is turning their tongues into Donald. That was the warm-up. No, that's not right. How did it go? You got it. I'm gonna go like this.
Put your pinky finger on the third fret.
No, not that one, it's this one.
Touch the guitar.
No, man, I can't remember the chords. I'll use this chord. Oh, there, this way. There it is. Well, the open mics in Oregon is where I fit. No, that's not how it goes. It goes like this. Well, the open mics in Oregon is where I fit right in. When you listen to the poet slam while drinking bathtub gin. I was raised on spoken word, free verse, it was my thing. But don't matter who's in Portland, Mike G is still the king. There's a lot of writers living in this cold Northwest. Poets and performers who get things off their chest. From Portland to Seattle, Vancouver to Eugene. Makes me proud to be way up here where Mike G's still the king. Oh, Portland, where it goes. The poets always gather in this vibrant writing scene. All the coffee shops and bookstores and everything left wing. Well, you might be published in New York, but that don't mean a thing. 'Cause up here in the Northwest, no, Mike G's still the king. Mike G's gentle and he's kind. He'll give advice for free. He'll sit through any reading, listening respectfully. He's a poet of steel and he supports his community. And if there's one thing that's for certain, it's that Mike G's still the king. One more verse. Well, from Bill Stafford to Gary Snyder, Amy Zimmerman, and all the poets gather around to hear Mike G, 'cause he stands tall. His work, it speaks of rage and pain, celebrates humanity. And know that Mike G's still the best, and he is still the king.
next, so I don't think I can do anything better than that.
I guess I can die now. Thank you for making all the suffering worth it, Ian.
Oh my God, you're wearing a tie.
So, yeah, I have to work sometimes. Wow. Wow, that's, didn't expect that. Well, this is for Ian. This is for Ian now. You know, in these days of contagious stupidity and scary clowns, we've never need poetry more than now, so thanks everybody. For sure. For Ian. My grandma said, never open a door you can't close. The Goblin King said, in 9 hours and 23 minutes you'll be mine. On September 23, I closed the door on the Illuminati and overheard it Safeway by a little old lady just today. Crooked Hillary will fall like Building 7 with no media coverage. I'm beginning to wonder, you say. You should have wondered from the beginning, I say. Mostly I'm just waiting around for the giant anthropomorphic birds to return. You know, the ones the Egyptians doodled in hieroglyphs as a masturbation alternative when they got bored. They also said, sometimes language is baggage, sometimes simply luggage. The economy treats our magic like garbage, so fuck you, Horace, right in your all-seeing eye. Oh, what a surprise! Another autoerotic asphyxiation victim. Can anyone blame them? The 10-year-old neighbor girl says. Grief is the name of the can tied to my tail. If literal, I'd chase it till I starve to death. Eat what you want, she says. You're gonna feel bad in the morning anyway. The birds of 3 a.m. are making a fuss of a poem that I call The Beauty of Latter-day Cacophony. Drawing hieroglyphs on the back of my hand now, sanity waving bye-bye like a scary clown as the anguishment huffs, puffs, blows the door down. Why is it that when you say we need to talk, it's never about something wonderful? My squirrel friend has a peanut allergy. Since it's the only food she eats, I'm worried. I'm sorry, humanity, I'm having a day like a Mike G poem. The Cheshire Cat said it best. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. I don't want suffering's acid flow to dictate the melody or the percussion of loss to pound a sick rhythm. Give me the mercy of meaning in what was and is. Give me a lighthouse that allows me not to drown. While waiting for the next stage direction, the emptiness is filled with chatter and half-forgotten scholarship. I need to imagine the squirrel sleep in peace. Waiting for a postcard with a sunrise and a caption that says starting anew, but no one sends postcards anymore, so I'm waiting for you to press enter. Meanwhile, vengeful Russian hackers are leaking medical files again, and the doomed Arctic explorer's ship is found with its cargo of gold skeletons. Sometimes I think the aliens are a psyop to control us, that the horizon ends with us, that under these stars are the only stories that are. With defiance and anguish I broadcast my mind here. You got everything you need, you masturbate to Star Trek, you don't look back. I'm the moth beating against the light. I'm enchanted. I used to say, I'm sick. I now say, I'm no fun at hipster parties. I like to talk about the nature of suffering. You're no longer invited, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. It was an infant joy I tried to catch and keep. I couldn't. It got lost. All I've been doing with my life since is try to find it. The poems try their best. All relationship is this attempt. Danger. Dylan Thomas agrees. Reaching for joy's purity, I grasp a rotting thing. As time petrifies the tree, return to me and sing. We're the sad animals that always bounce back. I take my needed comfort from that. And now, a brief word from one of our culture managers, Q. Henry Kissinger. We prefer that non-contributing economic idiots like Mike G. and Dennis McBride be locked up. Poetic bravery has no cash value. We see dumpster diving in their future. Better yet, if they starve to death. But they made the wrong choices and probably should have been aborted for choosing truth over cash. We needed therapy after killing the therapy cactus. When a suicidal human picks up a penny, it's such a good sign I start crying, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. The clouds like elephants, but the rotting carcass kind, not the flying Dumbo clouds with smiles like Disney money. When I was born, the 10-year-old neighbor girl said, another sucker! I think love made time and space to laugh at its own derangements. While smoking, I noticed a sign in an office window. I had to get real close to read it. No smoking within 10 feet of window. Amply chastised, I go to snuff my cigarette against the building, but there's another sign. Please refrain from putting cigarette out against building. What a bunch of pussies, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. I just found out the city of Portland has a flag. Are you fucking kidding me? Most likely I'll be slipping into languishment and stupor soon with no help coming from the stupid moon. I can't remember how many times I've been married. It is written that my first wife was so young she smelled of the womb. I taught her to drive and to sing in tune. Meanwhile, my radical skepticism's gotten out of hand. Not only do I believe that nothing I see on TV is real, I now don't even believe in the existence of TVs. I've been in love with you for a long time, baby, you say. I've been in love with you for a long time, too. 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Israel's favorite prostitute, the United States, took a day off to stage a debate, the usual dog and pony show. Hillary and Donnie pounded each other's puckered poet holes. Most humans thought it mattered, and Netanyahu never gives a fuck which scary clown wins, laughed till he wets his pants. The prophet holds court in a lonely thunderstorm. Ants, like humans, choose morphine over sugar. While making love, we hear the scarecrows laughing from far, far away beyond the phallic trees and the horizon's spread legs. Grandma used to say, be grateful every day, because bad news like cancer or kidnapping could happen lickety-split, or in a jiffy, Grandpa would chime in. I bore witness to an old man yelling at a cloud today. Meet me by the statue of bastards welcoming the masses to mediocre island. See those clouds? They don't mean forever, they mean right now. I snuff out the cigarette in the sand next to its sister. Cigarettes have siblings too. My friend's kid wakes up grumpy. Well, I was going to give you ice cream, but looks like someone needs another greatness nap. No, not another greatness nap. Nighty-night, I say. Meanwhile, the congenital heart failure couple wanted a final pretzel to enjoy during Mozart, and it was my job to tell them no. When sated with sex and food, the best I can write is Scooby-Dooby-Doo. The landlord's mind is the size of a dime, and belief in a doomed world is just another controlling lie. Grandma said that love is perpendicular to grief, and where they meet you can sometime find ecstasy's potential unleashed. The chicken sand bath is a meditation of peace. When Bowie's Martian spiders meet Dylan's tarantula for tea, we're happy. That the world is the mystical. Ludwig Wittgenstein said that. Sometimes I wish it weren't. I said that. Please don't smoke my 19 siblings. The first cigarette of the pack said that. I want to write a mercy as common as grass, and write joy as the ontological way it is. I'll write the birds to sing the not yet suicide song, and in this melody, in these lines, we'll get along. I am not a cisgendered white female poet, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. I'm a human poet. Categories are a trap that makes us sad. I'm a beat poet now, I say. You're a bitch poet now, my brother says. A sad poet now, all of my ex-wives say. Adrift now with ripped out tether in the phoniness of space. I'm gonna write a crazy beat piece in which I yell fuck off to Hieronymus Bosch and his silly arrows and assholes paint jobs. Sometimes I don't exactly agree with what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm as dumb as someone stealing an HD TV during the apocalypse. I did not will this sick simulation. I wish it dismissed by Christmas. Meanwhile, Mozart forgot guitar. Fucking idiot. Thanks.
So I like to tell people that I'm a writer because I can't remember anything. But I've been thinking all day about this line from this movie, The Whackness. If you've never seen The Whackness, you should check it out. I don't think many people saw it, but it was good. And the line from the film was, don't trust anybody who doesn't smoke pot or listen to Bob Dylan.
A great line.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Next we're going to hear from Scott. Please welcome Scott.
Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for sticking around. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I think this will do. Do you guys think that in like a dark basement somewhere, people are reading poems to each other about how much they love Donnie?
I bet they are. Yes, they are.
It's been awesome.
In a bunker. Is Donnie so cool?
A bunker, I like it. Where do they have bunkers anyway? This is a piece about moving to Vancouver, and it's called Feathers Falling. The garage door comes down. It's all inside, in here. Grandpa's home with pasta dinner. You step right up to the kitchen. Few words punctuate our chewing, being as we are, all out of place, trio. But only two remain now. Grandpa didn't know he'd stay. He'd come back so soon and stay for so long. Plates in the dishwasher, already mostly so clean, the way Mom likes them. I repeat her offer, stay here, wherever. You decline. Grandpa hums or whistles to the music, any music or no music at all. A feeling hangs heavy in the air, or does it? The darkness presses closer. Must really be getting going now. Back to our friends across the bridge. You leave through the front door. We embrace. You compose yourself and drive. Oh, that's not the chord. Maybe it's okay. Maybe love will win in the end. Maybe it's better than I've been. Maybe I'm certain. Maybe mountains bend to my will. Maybe it's no different. Just another revolution. Maybe it's okay. Maybe love will win in the end. Maybe it's better if I just sing la 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 da da, dancing in the daylight. I reach up and touch your cheek. You stop crying and it's over. done and gone. We both walk away into a bright and shining new day, full of ends and means to start again wherever tomorrow finds us dancing in the daylight. And I reach up and touch your cheek. You stop crying and it's over. Dawn and gone. We both walk away into a bright and shining new day, full of ends and means to start again wherever tomorrow finds us. It's over, dawn and gone. And maybe it's no different. Ends and means to start again. And maybe it's okay, yeah. And dancing in the daylight. Maybe it's better wherever tomorrow finds us. Thanks.
You got it.
So next we're going to hear from Russ. I can't see Russ, but I know he's there somewhere. Hi Russ, come on up.
Yeah.
Yeah, say hello to Russ.
Hi everybody. Often when I notice I give expanded commentary, but we'll just let synchronicity speak for itself. Just a moment here. Love minus zero, no limit. My love, she speaks like silence without ideals or violence. She doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true. Like ice, like fire, people carry roses and make promises by the hours. My love, she laughs like the flowers. Valentines can't buy her. In the dime stores and bus stations, people talk of situations, read books, repeat quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and that failure is no success at all. The cloak and dagger dangles. Madams light the candles. In ceremonies of the horsemen, even the pawn must hold a grudge. Statues made of matchsticks crumble into one another. My love winks. She does not bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. The bridge at midnight trembles. The country doctor rambles. Bankers' nieces seek perfection, expecting all the gifts that wise men bring. The wind howls like a hammer. The night blows cold and rainy. My love, she's like some raven at my window with a broken wing. Bob Dylan, 1965. Okay, synchronicities. I had already planned to read this. Didn't mean for there to be a Mike G, long live the king, circle jerk, but here we go.
Aren't they all?
And that's why I come back.
Once a month, we have the Mike G circle jerk. Yeah.
Well, even if I don't make it each month, you have to come back by the second month to get your fix, right?
That's right, absolutely. Thank you.
So this was written 12/13/2012 in front of the old bookstore. Mike G and I in simpatico inquire of one another in the grand schema. Then we talk tangentially of tears. In unison we start to sing. Don't cry out loud, just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. We stop, self-censoring abruptly, knowing, speaking about how this song doesn't serve the greater good. Then I start a different song. Little child, dry your crying eyes. How can I explain the fear you feel inside? You were born into this evil world where man is killing man, and none of us know why. Mike approves of the song in contrast to the other. I segue into my theory regarding certain events in the world. The violent events, macabre outbursts, though they have certainly happened before, seem to be increasing in frequency. These events, according to my gut, are something transcendent of the crisis of the individual perpetrators. Some kind of expression of a global consciousness collectively in fear of flux, a reaction to eschatological ennui. So that was the first draft of something I did a little bit more with. But that's about my thing. And one of the reasons I really love Mike is he asked me if I'm going to read, and I know that he enjoys when I choose things, but I know that he wants to hear what I should be writing, whether I wrote it or not. So I try to pay attention and be present for all of you, but sometimes I'm writing while I'm paying attention because life gets busy and I don't get inspired to write until I'm here to hear you all and share. And so I'm paying attention, but I'm not always, I'm in two places at once, yeah. Which is another thing we talked about, bilocation. There you go. Yeah. So this is tentatively titled, or I like the title, and there was confirmation, but this is just the first part of something that there's a lot more going on with. So vectors, detours, and vistas. 9 months is the average gestation cycle of the human species. It is the time needed for a transitional state to gestate, for a mother-son relationship to dance into a new modality. And I don't think I'm gonna get choked up, but I might. There's been some time things were raw. For a mother to learn to let her sons lead her through a change. For a son to learn to love and give from a deeper place. That deeper place in the pit of the gut where my heart floated that night 9 months ago. That night when I celebrated her snoring. Sleeping self upon the couch, just home from Sunnyside after her TIA. My brother Kurt admonished by Michelle for telling me she had a stroke. Neural pathways obstructed, ordeal endured, detours constructed. 9 months later, there has been a birth, and here we are, personal paradigms shifted, new selves emerging, extended family bonds strengthened. She's doing her own laundry now, though it helps to suggest the plan, to suggest, then plan the activity. We mental mapped the process. She wrote the detailed steps in an outline we never needed to post above the washer. We can look back through the calendric consternations and the clockwork confusions. We look now when we meet for waffles and words on Wednesdays, her alliteration. After morning meds and waffles,